Good morning from Tampa, Florida. Believe it or not, we're heading to a Six Flags park today. And it might be surprising because there is not a Six Flags park anywhere close to here. However, I'm heading to the airport, gonna catch a flight, and then we'll be on our way. So when you're a really big coaster nerd like myself, we like to keep track of the number of roller coasters that we've ridden. We call those credits. Really nerdy thing, but kind of fun to keep track of and compare with other coaster fans. Say, oh, how many credits do you have? How many roller coasters have you ridden? So what comes with that is that when you hit a milestone, people like to celebrate that and say, oh, look, I rode, this many roller coasters. So I'm starting today with 297 lifetime roller coasters. So if all goes according to plan, should be hitting 300 coasters today. We will keep track of that. Welcome to the capital of the United States. We're heading to the park. Here we go, Six Flags America. This is actually the last season the park is gonna be open, and I've never been here before, so this is my first visit and unfortunately also my last visit, so excited to see what the park has to offer. So, I don't know when, if ever, I would have got to this park if it wasn't about to close. It was not high on my bucket list, but Six Flags recently announced they were selling the all-park passport included with the Gold Pass. So I renewed my season pass at Six Flags St. Louis, and it included all Six Flags parks. I was gonna come here anyway when I heard about the closure, but that I think is gonna allow me to get in here for, included on my season pass. So that's a nice benefit. And we're in. I have no idea where I'm going. Try to find Wild Thing, or Wild One, Wild something. That's the goal. Okay, Wild One, I have confirmed. All right, got in a ride on Wild One, which I was really hoping would be open today. It's kind of been back and forth in the app recently, and I really love wooden coasters, and it's sad to see old historic ones close, because I'm assuming that when this park closes, they're not gonna save the wooden coasters especially. So really happy that I was able to get a ride on it. And yeah, that was coaster number 298. We're gonna do 299, Raging Cajun, which I believe is relocated from Six Flags Great America in Chicago. So I actually think there's a chance I rode this before. I just don't know for sure, so I haven't counted it towards my list of coasters I've ridden. So either way, I'll get it knocked out here. Looks like a fun one. So this is a much crazier ride than I was expecting. You really spin around a lot on this thing. Came off pretty dizzy, but it was very fun. Alrighty, here we go. Coming up on coaster number 300. Gonna do Roar, GCI Woody. I've heard it is rough and not very fun, but we will see. All right, cue the confetti. Just kidding, I'm too cheap for that, but I did it. My 300th roller coaster was Roar. Decided on for a couple reasons. One, I love wooden coasters. Specifically, this was manufactured by GCI. This is the oldest operating coaster by GCI. You can definitely feel it. It's definitely rough. It's not the best GCI. So 100 was in 2019. That was Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. 200 was actually last summer, 2024, at Lost Island. That was Matugani. And now 300, just 1 year later, Roar at Six Flags America. I'm gonna go for a ride on Firebird. Looks like a B&M Looper. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Some headbanging and, just not a super exciting ride to begin with. But I did ride it in the front row, so that was fun. So they just rethemed this land a few years ago, I think, Steamtown. Maybe last year. Kind of a bummer that's they put some work into the park and now it's just gonna close, but I don't think they knew that that was what was gonna happen. I'm heading to that monstrosity in the back corner over there. This is Skywinder, it looks like. A Vekoma SLC, which is kind of like a B&M invert, just much worse. I have been on a few of these. I've never enjoyed myself, but I'm gonna ride it. All right, that was maybe the worst thing I've ever rode in my life. It was so bad. But this hobby, man, there's good times and there's not good times. And that was not a good time. It's actually Professor Screamore Sidewinder. So maybe I should take some lessons from him as someone who is about to be a professor myself. They have a river rapids ride here with dinosaur statues surrounding it. That's kind of cool. I wish I could ride it, but I did not want to be drenched for my drive back to DC later. But I like the attempt. All right, let's go for a ride on Joker's Jinx. So this is Joker's Jinx. Fun rides, spaghetti bowl type track layout, kind of just a mess of track everywhere. I've actually done a few of these before. A couple of them I've done were indoors, which doesn't make a lot of sense because kind of the, interesting part of the ride is the interweaving with the track. So that's kind of weird, but I've done one other outdoor one, which was Poltergeist at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. So yeah, fun ride. So I'm having to deal with a couple of ride closures today, unfortunately. The two that you can see in the frame right now, the first being Superman Ride of Steel. Kind of a bummer, but I'm hoping that one they will find a new home for. The one that I'm really sad about, you can see back there, is Batwing. The reason I was hoping to ride that is because that is actually the last standing of the type of ride it is. It's called the Vekoma Flying Dutchman, and I'm actually 0 for 3 on riding those. There's one at Kings Island, but it had already been removed by the time I went there for the first time. And then there was one at Carowinds, and when I visited, it had just closed for the season a couple days before I went. So this was my last chance, and it looks like I will never get on one of those, unfortunately, but that's okay. I love rickety old wooden coasters. Quick Google search told me that there's only 184 wooden coasters still operating in the world. Hopefully they keep building new ones, but there's over 4,000 steel ones. So wooden coasters seem to be a little bit of a dying breed, but I'm gonna keep riding them as long as I can. It's sad to come to a park like this today and know that there's two that are about to close down, but I'm glad I got to ride them while they're still around. I think that is going to do it for my day here at Six Flags America. It was a fun day. Look, not the greatest park in the world, but I'm sad that they're closing. I wish that they could figure something out because, preserve the old wooden coaster and, just a bummer to see a park close down. But glad I got to visit it before that happened. I almost forgot to rank the coasters here that I rode. Silly me. Anyway, number 6, Professor Screamore's Skywinder Flyer, whatever that thing was. Number 5, Firebird. Number 4, Raging Cajun. Number 3, Roar. Number 2, Joker's Jinx. And number 1, Wild One. Guess who I found? Woo! Jenna, how was your flight?
It was good.
Anything else you want to report?
No, nobody sat next to me.
Are you proud of me for riding 300 roller coasters?
I'm really proud of you. I wish I had brought you a cupcake.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, we are back in St. Louis. We made it. It was a fun trip. Got to ride Iron Gwazi. Currently number 10 on my roller coaster rankings. Also rode my 300th coaster at Six Flags America. So a lot of fun. Don't know when the next roller coaster trip will be. Hopefully soon, right?
Yeah, it's never too long with you.
Yeah. All right, see you next time.